Next up, we got Barry McCockiner. Now, first video from Barry McCockiner. Now, if y'all want more Barry videos, hit that like button and subscribe button. Also, too, comment down what videos I should react to from Barry. Is Patrick Mahomes already the GOAT? Let me know. I feel like he low-key is making his way into the GOAT status. 3.
Patrick Mahomes has just won his third Super Bowl MVP just before the age of 29. He's already cemented himself as a future first ballot Hall of Famer and one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Some people already say he's the best quarterback of all time, and they might not be wrong. In this video, I'm going to compare Mahomes to a couple other first ballot Hall of Fame quarterbacks, past, present, and future, to see where he stacks up. This is just a quick little exercise I thought of, so I hope you enjoy it, or else.
All right, here we go.
Starting off with Mahomes versus Favre. Favre was seen as the Mahomes of the 90s in a way for his wild gunslinging ways. Favre won 3 straight MVPs famously in the mid to late 90s. He also got a Super Bowl out of it and made back-to-back Super Bowls, but lost his second appearance in 1997, and although he played for another 13 seasons, never made it back to the big game. He also never won a Super Bowl MVP. Going into Super Bowl 32, Favre was just 60 minutes away from his second Super Bowl win and having a 10-3 playoff record, but he lost that game, and he finished with a mundane 13-11.
Hey, we still gotta react to all the legends, all right? We gotta react to all the legends. These definitely household names, you know what I'm saying? Brett Favre. So yeah, we definitely gotta check him out, bro. But this pass right here, I'm loving this.
Everybody lost that.
Jeez, bro, you just threw it. He just threw it just like a normal throw to him, and that bitch just. Whew! I'm like, yo,
from his second Super Bowl win and having a 10-3 playoff record, but he lost that game, and he finished with a mundane 13-11 playoff record. That means over his last 12 playoff games, he went 4-8, and there's a lot of blame to be pointed at him for those, as he was famous for his terrible crunch time interceptions, throwing 6 interceptions in a game, throwing 4 interceptions. First half of Favre's career was magical, and he was potentially on the trajectory, but Mike Holmgren left after 1998, and so did Favre's consistency. He had a couple great years mixed in, 2001, 2004, 2007, 2009, but he was never as consistently good after Holmgren as he was with Holmgren. And therefore, the pretty easy choice is that Mahomes is the better quarterback. Up next, we got Mahomes versus Marino. Big rap on Danny is that he never won a Super Bowl, and he made just one, as evidenced by his 8-10 career playoff record, 0-1 Super Bowl record. He obviously never won a Super Bowl MVP. He did win an MVP, and his 1984 season, in my opinion, is still better than anything Mahomes has ever done, and his numbers for his era were still incredible, even though he dropped off a bit starting in year 6. For as much as I love Marino and his highlight reel and all the tight window throws he made and how much fun he was to watch, there's really no contest here. Mahomes is better, Mahomes is one more, and he does just as many things with flair.
Damn, so Mahomes 15-3 in the playoffs? Jeez. 3-1 in Super Bowl. Damn. Oh my god. 15-3 in the playoffs is insane, bro. That's insane. 15-3, bro. You lost 3 times. Wow. And I know. So are we gonna count? So I guess his probably his first. Wait. So does it count the loss in the Super Bowl? Does that count as a playoff loss as well, or is that just like its own stat for the Super Bowl? Maybe I think that's. I don't know if he put it as a playoff loss and a Super Bowl loss. I don't know. But wow, bro. Hey, Patrick Mahomes GOAT.
As Marino did. Although I would say Marino is still a better tight window thrower than Mahomes was. Mahomes versus John Elway. If you ask anybody over the age of 45, they absolutely fucking swear John Elway is the greatest quarterback of all time. And unfortunately for those people, stats do exist, and video does exist of John Elway's career. Elway's numbers are unbelievably pedestrian, especially compared to Patrick Mahomes. He won an MVP in 1987, although it's one of the weaker MVPs. Probably should have gone to either Jerry Rice or Joe Montana or Reggie White. He has a 14-7 playoff record. He did make 5 Super Bowls, which is one more than Mahomes, but as you all know, he got blown out in his first 3 before winning his last 2, largely on the back of Terrell Davis, but he did squeak out a Super Bowl MVP in his final career game. While Elway might be the only guy on this list with the talent physically to match up to Mahomes, the difference in stats, even adjusting for error, are just too much to ignore. Mahomes wins this one pretty comfortably. Sorry, Broncos fans. Up next, Mahomes versus Steve Young. Whereas Elway didn't have the stats and efficiency, Young
So John Elway was 14-7. That's actually not bad though. 2-3. Okay. That's funny. It's funny though. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like Pat Mahomes gonna get Super Bowl MVP every game he play. Every Super Bowl he play, he gonna get MVP, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
The difference in stats, even adjusting for error, are just too much to ignore. Mahomes wins this one pretty comfortably. Sorry, Broncos fans. Up next, Mahomes versus Steve Young. Whereas Elway didn't have the stats and efficiency, Young didn't have the longevity, but tons of stats and efficiency. Young retired as the all-time passer rating leader, and even today, his raw stats hold up really well. He won 2 MVPs, had just an 8-6 playoff record, though, and made just 1 Super Bowl. Now, in Young's defense,
this don't count as a touchdown, right? This is 1 yard line.
Just an 8-6 playoff record though, and made just
that's 1 yard line.
1 Super Bowl. Now in Young's defense, he did make it count as he threw a Super Bowl record 6 touchdown passes versus the Chargers to win Super Bowl MVP. But the 1990s 49ers, not the Cowboys, really should have been the dynasty. But Young had a very spotty and inconsistent playoff career outside of 94 as a starter, and it's pretty insane that for how loaded those 49ers teams were, they only made 1 Super Bowl in the decade of the 90s. And that's really, I think, where Mahomes runs away with it compared to Young. I think Mahomes on those 49ers teams we would have seen similar success to what we've seen with him thus far with the Chiefs, because Mike Holmgren came from the 49ers tree, and who was the offensive line coach under Mike Holmgren in Green Bay with Brett Favre? That's right, Andy Reid. And guess who coaches Patrick Mahomes? Andy Reid. It's all related. It's all tied together. Cue the meme from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. But anyway, Young didn't play long enough, and he didn't win enough, although his efficiency numbers are ridiculous. The argument goes to Mahomes. You want to talk about a guy who played a lot and put up monster individual counting stats with great efficiency, you get to Drew Brees. Unfortunately for Drew, he does have the individual numbers and the longevity to make Mahomes sweat, although he somehow never won an MVP in the regular season, which is basically just bad timing. Brees had a 9-9 playoff record, which is misleading. He was a better player.
And honestly, the Saints ain't never really been good though. They low-key almost, they always had like the potential, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like the Chargers. I think the only time they was really good is when they had Reggie Bush. And it had who was the other receiver they had? I think it was Colston. They had like a pretty decent wide receiver group back in the day, but the Saints ain't never been nothing, bro. Let's be honest, bro.
Back on that, he did win the Super Bowl famously in 2009, and he did have the Super Bowl MVP, but his playoff success is already been dwarfed by Patrick Mahomes. And Brees, honestly, even despite his terrible defenses, he's had too many seasons where he missed the playoffs. He also was prone to more interceptions. But overall, Brees, I do think if you want to talk about a truly unlucky quarterback, he would be the guy. But still, even if you include the unlucky plays that have gone against him, I think Mahomes is a superior quarterback because he can do more. Now we get to Mahomes versus Aaron Rodgers.
Ooh, I mean, we go. That's obvious,
my
bro.
Heartstrings, because for so many years I was on the Rodgers GOAT train, and then Mahomes started to come along, and it's interesting because Rodgers actually has a better career passer rating and a comparable adjusted net yards per attempt and more MVPs than Mahomes does in the regular season. So regular season wise, you can still argue that Aaron Rodgers might actually be better than Mahomes all time. But again, it's crazy. Those pesky little playoffs, much like with Rodgers' predecessor in Green Bay, Brett Favre, that really knock him down and prevent him from being any higher in GOAT conversation. It looked as though early in his career, Rodgers was going to have the career Mahomes is having, as he won his first and only Super Bowl appearance in 2010 when he was just 27 years old in his 3rd year as a starter. He won Super Bowl MVP with some incredible throws, but as it stands, his playoff record is just a mediocre 11-10, and now Rodgers isn't to blame, of course, for all of those losses, but there were plenty of losses where he could have played better, and Mahomes has simply been a more consistent
Okay, Aaron. The fact that Aaron holding his weight, I didn't know Aaron was this nice. I ain't gonna lie. I know he was nice, but I didn't know he was this nice. Okay. I like that. All right. But I think, too, on top of that, though, a lot of these comparisons, even though it's a comparison of specific players, when it comes to the playoff record and the Super Bowl, it's still going to the team aspect. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, bro, Pat Mahomes had a overpowered team for the last couple years. It's only now where his team is like mid. His team is super mid now, and the fact that he won a Super Bowl with a mid team proves that he's a GOAT. You know what I'm saying? But they've been mid the whole time. These teams been mid the whole time. They never had no overpowered crazy team. You know what I'm saying? They might have had like a couple players, maybe a couple receivers, but that ain't nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need a defense, you need O-line, running backs, you need everything, bro. So I feel like that's another thing too, but Okay. 4 MVPs though.
Particularly
A-Rod.
played better. And Mahomes has simply been a more consistent postseason quarterback, particularly in the clutch with a chance to win the game. I always said about Rodgers, he might not lose playoff games for you, but he won't win them. Mahomes
that nigga said he said he won't.
Rodgers, he might not lose playoff games for you, but he won't win them.
He might not lose it, but he won't win it. That's tough. I ain't gonna lie. That is tough, bro. What does that even mean, though? Does it mean like he'd just be out there? He wouldn't make a crazy like impact on the game like Mahomes might do, but he won't lose. He won't sail out. Is that what it is?
Will go out and win them for you. I think that's why I give Mahomes the edge. I think he's above Rodgers. Now we're getting into some details. Mahomes versus Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning, you look at his career numbers, he has some of the greatest regular season numbers, and many could argue, rightfully, that he still, to this day, is the greatest regular season quarterback of all time. He still holds a record with 5 NFL MVPs, and his regular season career at this point is obviously better than Mahomes' regular season career. What Manning did from 2003 to 2013 when he won his 5 MVPs and made 7 first-team All-Pros might never be duplicated again. But again, won his 5 MVPs Mahomes' regular season career. What Manning did from 2003 to 2013 when he won his 5 MVPs and made 7 first.
Bro,
what Manning did from 2003
did he do this on purpose?
2013.
I think he threw that on purpose. Wait, this is a crazy play, right? I haven't seen none of these plays, so this is my first time. I'm trying to listen to him and watch the highlights at the same time. That's why I said we gotta go back and look at the do our Legends videos, but
when he won his 5 MVPs and made 7 first-team All-Pros might never be duplicated again. But again, playoffs do matter. And although Peyton was not a terrible playoff quarterback, he really should have had a better postseason career than he did. He still made 4 Super Bowls, and he had a 2-2 Super Bowl record, but let's just be real here. The first Super Bowl he won in crappy weather against Rex Grossman, and he kind of got a default Super Bowl MVP. He never, in 15 postseason appearances, he never had a clean Super Bowl winning championship run. The closest he came was 2009, and that ended with him throwing a pick 6 to Tracy Porter. For as amazing and as scary efficient as Peyton was in the regular season, especially in his prime, he just could not be counted on in the playoffs. And Mahomes already.
That's another thing too, though. The Colts, like think about it, the Colts were never nothing back in the day. Did the Colts have a good team? Yes or no? I don't think they did. I remember they had Reggie Wayne. Did they have a running back? Did they? I don't remember. All I remember was literally just Peyton Manning and Reggie Wayne. That's the only people I remember. So even with that, bro, like they might have a GOAT on the team, but he ain't never like had a stacked squad. Having a mid team and going Super Bowl and win it is crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy.
And Mahomes already at this stage has numerous more playoff moments, bigger playoff moments than Peyton has. I would say Peyton's biggest playoff moment was the comeback versus the Patriots in the 2006 Conference Championship.
Mahomes already Broncos
has like 3 or 4 moments like that are better, and he hasn't even turned 28. Simply put, if you wanted me to have a quarterback for the regular season only, I might
96.5, 7.17, 5 MVPs though. She was 14 and 13. It's terrible. 2-2. Okay. He still got him some rings. That's all that matters. He got some rings.
Absolutely, without hesitation. I would go Mahomes in the playoffs, and that's why I say Patrick Mahomes is already better than Peyton Manning all time. Wow. Now we get to Joe Montana. Montana is one of 2 quarterbacks who still, you could argue, has a better playoff resume than Mahomes does. Mahomes 15-3 playoff record, 3-1 Super Bowl record, and 3 Super Bowl MVPs. But Montana 16-7 playoff record, a perfect 4-0
16-7. Oh my God.
Montana 16-7 playoff record, a perfect 4-0 Super Bowl record, and 3 Super Bowl MVPs of his own. And also, Montana's statistics in those Super Bowls were off the charts great, much better than Mahomes has been. But this is kind of like the anti-Peyton, anti-Rodgers narrative, where Mahomes in the regular season is really already nipping on Montana's heels. My issue with Montana is that for as amazing as he was in the Super Bowl and in the postseason, especially post-1987, he was not a very durable quarterback. He did not play a full season as starter after 1983, and he ended up retiring after 1994. He had a bunch of injuries, so Montana was not very durable, and I do think that lends another argument for Mahomes. I think if you're talking era adjusted, I think his regular season numbers are still the same in terms of what Mahomes' numbers are. Obviously, Mahomes' numbers are going to be better raw. Both Mahomes and Montana won 2 MVPs, but this is actually a legitimately tough one. But I feel like with Brady, I just feel like Montana, the sample size just isn't big enough, and by the time Mahomes is done, I'm projecting a little bit here, but I think by the time Mahomes is done playing, he will have easily surpassed Montana. And also, Montana was on some loaded teams, absolutely fucking loaded teams. Elite defenses every year. Mahomes just had his first elite defense this season. I think Mahomes, when all said and done, is better than Montana. But I do think that on a per throw basis, Montana is very, very.
Let me know in the comments how y'all feel about these comparisons. Right here, I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't give it to Patty just yet. With this one specifically, I wouldn't give it to him yet. I feel like Joe Montana, you know what I'm saying, by the like you said, by the end of his career, yes. But as of right now, nah, bro. Nah, the durable shit, I do understand durable shit. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing like I said in my other video, Pat Mahomes literally can go out there with one leg, and be goated. He never given up. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know.
Finally, the one you've all been waiting for. Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady. This one's a little bit different because we all saw Mahomes and Brady face off against each other twice in the postseason, and on both occasions, Brady walked away as the victor, thanks to D Ford. They also overlapped a little bit. Brady's final 5 seasons coincided with Mahomes' first 5 seasons. Mahomes does have better raw numbers in the regular season, as you might expect. Brady does have one more MVP, 3 to Mahomes' 2, but there's no reason to think that if Mahomes plays another 12 to 15 years, he won't rack up a couple more to finish with more than Brady. What this all comes down to is projection. Mahomes, 15-3 playoff record. Brady, 35-13 playoff record. As we all know, Brady won 7 Super Bowls and he made 10 Super Bowls. He won 5 Super Bowl MVPs. Mahomes still needs 4 more rings and 2 more Super Bowl MVPs, as well as 20 more playoff wins to get to where Brady was. Now, I will say that if Mahomes and Brady were to both somehow end up with 7 rings, we all know the discourse and talking point would be that, well, when they played head-to-head in the Super Bowl, Brady won, so that gives him the tiebreaker. So in a way, I do kind of feel like if Mahomes truly wants to be considered the outright GOAT by the time he's done playing, fair or not, I'm not saying it's fair, that he'll have to win 8 rings instead of 7. I think in a vacuum that Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback than Tom Brady. But at this point in time, I would have to say that Tom Brady is higher than Patrick Mahomes on the all-time quarterback list just because of the sheer volume of his accomplishments. But I do feel like as each year passes, Mahomes keeps climbing closer and closer. And through 6 seasons, he already blows Brady's first 6 seasons out of the water. So if you can see why Brady fans are getting nervous, there's a legit reason for it because Mahomes...
Brady fans, are y'all getting nervous? Are y'all getting nervous? Let me know. Now, a 97.2 rating, 7.06, 3 MVPs, 35, bro. 35-13. 35-13 is literally insane, bro. That's crazy. 7-3 in the Super Bowl. 5 Super Bowl MVPs, bro. Hey, yo. Yeah, you don't have to. That's what I'm saying. Didn't he say he paid, what, 15 years or something like that? So, yeah. Patty Mahomes, we got to see. If he can drop 8 Super Bowls. 8 rings, bro. He need a whole nother hand. Whole nother hand. He on his way. Let me know in the comments too. Oh, 19 years? Okay. But let me know in the comments too, how long you think it's going to take for Patrick Mahomes to get... Because let me know in the comments, where is Pat Mahomes on y'all list already? Is he already an all-time player? Let's really look up best quarterbacks of all time. Is he better than... Is he top 2? I ain't gonna lie, he might be top 2, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. He might be top 2. He might be top 2, bro. He might be top 2. I'm not gonna lie. They talking about Joe Montana better than him, though. And Peyton Manning. Oh yeah, but I guess this is of all time. They ain't even have it on the NFL site. They didn't even have him on there. Oh, this is 20. That was 2019. Never mind. Wait, this is 2023. Okay, let's see what this shit talking about. Dan Fouts. I don't know who the fuck that is. Record 86-84, 3-4. He barely makes his playoffs. Don't matter. Phillip Rivers, 24. Okay. Don't know. I think I heard his name. You go Super Bowl? Eli Manning top. He was literally 117 and 117. What the hell? Eli Manning? Oh, that's weird to say. It's an NFL shout out and an older brother, Peyton Manning, but it wasn't long before Eli paying his way to the annals of greatness among NFL quarterback. The younger Peyton Manning, all-time pass leader and the winningest. That's a word. Winningest quarterback in franchise history. I mean, that's honestly like, cause what other good quarterback was on the Giants? I don't think no other good quarterback was on the Giants. Whoa, Kurt Warner. Nigga, this shit don't fucking count. Bro's the first NFL player to ever play. Come on, bro. Terry Bradshaw, Otto Graham, Troy Aikman, Brat Starr. Ben Roethlisberger is better than... Bro, we don't know who the fuck these quarterbacks is. Dan Marino. It's okay, Steve. They're not be getting to it. So they saying Aaron Rodgers not even... Okay. Johnny United. I think I heard his name before. Brett Favre. We already know what's going to be one. All right, it's his top 5. John Elway. Okay. Drew Brees. They saying Drew Brees is better. I only know Happy Team from Ultimate Team. That's what I'm saying. I already know Otto Graham from Ultimate Team, and I know... Who else I know? I think that's literally the only one. Otto Graham. Joe Montana, number 3. Peyton Manning, and then Tom. Wow. So they talking about how old ago? This shit literally said February. This was literally. Oh no, this is last year. This is last year. But still though, last year. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, I don't know, bro. There's a lot of lists going on.
Mahomes is coming, and
he's top 5.
But as for right now, the answer is still going to Brady as the top quarterback all time.
For sure.
Do you understand, as somebody who pathologically hates Tom Brady and his fans, how fucking hard that is for me to say? You know what? On second thought, no. Mahomes is the GOAT, actually. Fuck Tom Brady. Mahomes is the GOAT. He's the best quarterback of all time. I'm making an audible right now. Mahomes, number 1. Fuck you, Brady.
Bro, what the fuck? Bro, this dude, bro.